Okay, so I'm going to be trying the factory level. I have beaten all the other levels in this game off stream, except for the factory level, and after I do the factory level, I am going to attempt this game in its hard mode. Oh, there are live people here. Okay, that's already odd. Wow. Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. I can already tell. So basically, if you're not familiar with I'm on observation duty, it's like a spot the differences kind of game. You pretty much need to try and remember as best as possible the environments and search for like little details that might have changed. There's a lot of cameras here. This is definitely the hardest map, but we'll see. Does this have like more maps? Yeah, this has the most cameras out of all the levels, for sure. I don't remember that. So it's gonna be a lot of things that I'm like, yeah, that's not normal, but it is normal because, quite frankly, there is a lot going on the stage, so it's easy to like miss some. I mean, that's an easy one. So yeah, things like this happen, and you need to just be aware of things like that happening and fixing them in time. Otherwise, you can and will game over. So how this game works is once there are 3 anomalies active simultaneously, the game pops you a warning at the top, and then I guess you could say an invisible meter starts filling. And once that invisible meter is full, aka you let 3 anomalies be unfixed for too long, the game overs you. What that basically means is, if you let those meters fill up to like near full, and then you fix an anomaly, and then later on you again come into the situation of, oh, there are 3 anomalies active, you will still lose instantly. Like, the meter does not deplete. Maybe extra object, honestly. So let's just take a look at what is going on. This is gonna be one hell of a hard level to beat on hard mode. I can already tell. I think this even on normal might be somewhat hard. Though I think we will eventually beat it. I am not sure if that was there because there's just so much going on. It's best to have like a couple of reports that are like reports that you probably are aware are not gonna be correct, but you still report it as sort of like a mental note to yourself from, oh, this has always been there. This is honestly the best way to learn the maps. What that also means is you're gonna game over at least a couple of times before you beat the game, but that honestly is a normal thing. Like, you're not gonna beat an I'm on observation duty game from your first go unless the maps are either really simple or you have like a lot of help from like chat or something, which to me, like, chat helping is fine, but if it's like every single tiny detail, like, I like also to learn the maps by myself. Oh, yeah, so he spawns in every single map. He's the naked fat guy. You see him. The one in the gas station is my favorite, where he starts literally drinking the gasoline from the pistols, like the guns of the pump station. That's one anomaly, by the way, active, because once it's 1 a.m. 3 anomaly should be active. I fixed 2, so there should still be 1 anomaly, and I think it's this. No. Okay. Honestly, it's like things like this, like the images, for example, they might change, and that is usually a big one. Like, that they like to do is like change images. Sometimes the images become less. There's a light active here. Let's try the lights on locker room. So this is like a combination of like every single room that is harder than on. I'm an observation duty game, I think. So expect some game overs here, especially if we're going to transition to hard mode, which we can hopefully do. That might be. I don't think that's extra, but you never hurts checking, because that's extra though, that meat. I'm very certain that that wasn't there. Yeah. That might have been there a while, honestly. I really can't tell. But I'm glad I spotted it now. Fire extinguisher? Perhaps? Select it. It pretty much throws you off a little bit that there's like 2 pieces of meat here. Microwave plates, lots and lots of boxes. That's fog, steam, gloom. Okay. Doom and gloom. Oh, that's neat. I like that. He's not really an intruder, like we've seen in this room, right? Like, we know the naked fat guy can spawn in this room. That's probably going to be a anomaly involving these 2 guys. It's probably going to be something in the lines of they're going to look at the camera or whatever. This room seems fine. Also, from what I've noticed, at least in this game, there can only be 1 anomaly active in a room. So if something hasn't changed for a while in a room, that's an extra object, I think. That chair was not there. Or it moved. Oh, it was there. Maybe it's, I think it's movement then. Or replacement, might be replacement. Like, I'm certain that there was not a chair there. It's not manipulation. Okay, there was a chair there apparently. I do not know if reporting 1 too many times influences like the spawn rate of anomalies. It might not. But we'll see. This is certainly, almost certainly gonna be a game over though, but we made it to 2 a.m. Like, we're gonna make it to 2. Warning hasn't popped yet, so that means we're still... It's gonna pop any second, but had this. I think that moved. Or is extra. Extra? Replacement, maybe? Ah, the chairs are just placed really, really weird in this one. That's how this is gonna go. That's a image anomaly over there. Image anomalies are pretty subtle. Sometimes. Like, it can be as subtle as a very subtle price change of an article. Like, I've seen an anomaly in the museum where, like, the price change from like 10 euros to 20 or something along those lines. Like, it can be as subtle as that. Let's try door. Might have been. That's new, I think. Seems off. Be an object movement and not really finding much, to be honest. That could be extra. To tell you the truth, all the things could have been changed without me noticing. Yeah, no, that's normal. It's always a thunderbolt, I feel. Recently fixed one here. That's changed, I think. That looks so weird. Oh, it's always like that, okay. It's like lesson number 1, you should never judge I'm an observation during the game for it being weird, because it kinda always throws weird shit at you to throw you off. What's up with the cans? Why are the cans always like this? Oh, can you even report the cans? That's like a thing. That's an interesting one. That might be extra. Nope, I think we're gonna game over then. Because I'm not finding anything. Might be an image anomaly. Because there's 3 active 100%, but I can't find a single thing active. Maybe an extra file cabinet? Surprised I didn't game over yet. We're almost at 3 AM. Oh, there we go. So let's see what we missed. We got 5, which is good for a first run. Dead body in storeroom. Where? Okay, I need to watch it. Object movement in monitoring room and missing object in quality control. Okay, let's try again. So there was a dead body in the storeroom. That's interesting. So we had an object movement in this room. You honestly have no clue. Storeroom is this one, dead body. That must have been a really subtle dead body because I did not see it. And then there was an object missing in quality control, I believe it was. Okay. Still have no idea what it was though. It might have been this cup of tea, or like this coffee cup. Canning line had nothing going on. Maintenance had nothing going on. So there was a dead body in the storeroom. I wonder where it was. Maybe I was just not looking good enough. Like it's so spacey in here, it's quite easy to hide it, I feel. Might have been in the corners. We should keep an eye out for that. Nothing in cafeteria changed either in the last playthrough, although I think that cup might be extra. Okay, always a cup. Now we enter the time where an anomaly should have spawned in. So now I kind of have to look for one. There it is. Was that always meat? Oh, I see. It goes into like... Okay. That's different. I think. Never remember the PC being on that. Extra object then. Okay. Probably this. This might be an extra object, to be honest with you. So there was a dead body here, but... Of course I'm not seeing a dead body instantly. Not seeing anything that has changed. At least right now. That's extra. Wonder if that's gonna drive away. It's like a forklift, I think. So our first anomaly is not in storeroom, because we just fixed one. What about these drains? Were they always there? Or did they always look like that, rather? Kinda makes me think that they were more subtle, so I'm gonna do an object replacement on that. If that doesn't pop anything, what's that? It's always there? It's just like standard learning how the map is. Which is also going to be... going to be losing a lot of the attempts. That moved, by the way. Yep. Quite subtle, but we found it nonetheless. I still haven't fixed my first anomaly, unless that was the first anomaly. I think it's the third. What's that? I think that was always there, though. Oh, those might be extra. Those can be extra, potentially. Nope. Missing objects are by far the hardest in this game, I noticed. Because you need to not only... that chair might be extra. You need to not only notice something missing, you also need to know exactly where it was. So an item can just go pop and you might not know, like if this can, for example, were to disappear, it's hard to miss that. So missing objects is by far the hardest thing in this game. Oh, he's back again. It's like the second time in a row he spawned. Mouses are all there, things are all there here too. Coffee cups seem normal. I think this room's clear. There's things on the ground. Might be extra. Don't think they are, but yeah, no. Okay, just worth checking out. Something's with the lights in this room. Yeah, the lighting just fell off there. It's good that we're fixing anomalies. Like, it's not like we're up shit creek without a paddle. Like, we are actually finding things. How hard it might be. Though they seem to be somewhat merciful with the locker room in this one. There's not that much going on compared to the one in the spa. Like the spa had like a shit ton of items and quite frankly nonsensical placements. This locker room seems to be a bit more tame. Is the thing molded? It might be. No, it's fine. That chair over there is weird. But that's normal, but that's worth keeping an eye on. The image changed. There's two anomalies in this room, by the way. Back to back. Which can happen, like anomalies spawning randomly and even in real time. Like if you're looking at a camera and say for example this pallet would have changed location, you would literally see it move, right? Like go over there or whatever. If that's an anomaly. Like I don't know this map, so it might be, it might not be. I'm gonna assume that pallet either disappears or moves. There's something gonna be up with that. Knowing this game. Candy bar, newspapers. Honestly, this room looks fine. Painting, things in the corner. Yep, this looks fine. We haven't had our warning shot yet, so that's good news. We might make it a 3 then. Keyword being might, of course, because we need to fix in total between 22 to 25 anomalies to win. Gonna be curious how hard mode is going to do it. If hard mode's actually going to be a copy and paste of. That's a rift. There's a lot happening in maintenance, it seems. Like that's already 3 anomalies in maintenance, which is good. Means we're learning the anomalies of one room. Although they were all pretty like obvious anomalies. Like the lights going dimmer or like weird. That coffee machine though? That might be extra, not gonna lie. Or a replacement. Just gonna either replace or So the floor kind of feels off here now. Is it just me or is the floor different? No, okay. There's something off though. I can't tell what it is yet. Oh no, actually this one looks fine. Coke bottle still here, that's still like that. So there was a cup under here. Can report it extra just in case. And then we like check the other room. Monitors are good, the mouses are all there, telephones. Files in the corner, doorknob, door lock. Homie's looking at the thing. I have not checked this yet. That can possibly change though. Yeah, okay. We're getting our warning now. That might be an extra box here. I don't remember them being stacked up this much. They were, okay. Maybe like everything in maintenance. A lot has been happening in maintenance. Is there now a dead body? I really can't see where it was, and it's kind of shocking that I did not find where the dead body was on the first run. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a loss at this point. I mean, we're making it close to 3 AM, which is already impressive for a second run. Yeah, I know, there should be 3 active, but I'm not finding any. No. Close to 3 AM though. 6. We fixed one anomaly more. Dead body in storeroom, where? I'm not seeing a dead body. That has to be the most hidden dead body I've ever had. Like, I'm genuinely not seeing it. And I looked in storeroom. Like, where can there be a dead body? Ah, whatever. Let's not spastically like shift around the cameras and actually try to remember some of the things. There was an object, I believe, missing in canning line. Though there's so much going on that it's kind of rough to tell you what exactly was missing. Could be the danger high voltage sticker. I didn't pay attention to that. That's possible. So there's supposed to be a dead body hidden here, but it's like twice that it says that there's a dead body here, but I have not seen a dead body. And I'm wondering, in what place could this dead body be hidden that I don't see it? It's probably the corner right. And corner right is like a spot that it's like a blind spot almost. You almost never check the corner right. Well, I'll just keep an extra eye out for that body, and once I know the location of it, then I'll probably be glued to that location, or like at least it's gonna be noticeable in my eyes. I keep being jump scary because there's people in here. There being actual live people and I'm on observation duty game is weird. The only other game that did that was I'm on Observation Duty 5, I think. In the elevator. That's open, by the way. It's either open or that's changed. Oh. Okay, nice to know that there is a creepy man in the storeroom. Or the canning line. very subtly as well. So that body. Corner right, I'm guessing. Because I literally checked everywhere else. Maybe I'm just not noticing it. But if a dead body sure is to spawn, normally it's like you notice it, right? But in this anomaly you kinda don't. Factory is such a hard level though. This is gonna be a very difficult level on hard mode. I can already tell because this is normal mode and it's already hard. It's also nonsensical, like why is there just a random chair here? I know that's not an anomaly, it's actually there. Second anomaly should be active and I think it's like an extra object, either this one or the one behind it. Because I legitimately don't remember two of them. Okay, there were always two then. Did that move? Was that extra? Like, I just find this room off now. Then I'm just gonna say it's movement and I'm gonna move on because I can't stay too long on one camera. If that doesn't fix anything, no, okay. Because staying too long on one camera isn't good either because 9 times out of 10 it's probably not an anomaly and you're overthinking it and you're wasting time. Literature has changed. Or is extra. I don't remember that books being there. Okay, there were books apparently. Maybe it moved. No, there were always books there apparently. Okay. These might be extra. So many boxes in this stage. It's hard to keep track of them. That's an abyss. Okay, that's an easy fix. Just a full-on black screen. Yeah, abyss kinda messes you up. So there's not an anomaly on this room, we just fixed one. So that's good to know. We can just move on to the next room. Chairs, like worth keeping an eye out. A dead body? There's arrows on this. I am willing to call it something like an image anomaly. Although I think it's just normal. Kinda spooky that there can be a dead body spawn in this, but apparently there can, and I have missed it twice, so it's a damn good hidden, well, dead body. That, by the way, that abyss spawn was probably my second anomaly, and there should now be one new active. You move? No. It's probably because of the shifting of the cameras. Chocolate bar. This all seems normal. Yeah, this is gonna be a loss again. I hear something. Oh, blood out of the drain. At least that's an easy fix. Gonna see if there's something scary that spawns out of the drain. At least that buys me a little bit more time to discover new anomalies. Where's our dead body? Is that a dead body? No. Now I'm just paranoid for a dead body spawning in this room. Because it can spawn and that's game over to me. Is there something here, by the way? Like, I don't think I've ever had anything change here. Not even on the post-game, like, game over screen. Think that might have changed? It's possible. Could be things missing here. Where might you be, dead body? No, not seeing the dead body. Like, that's probably like the hardest room to put a dead body in, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything now. It's gonna pop me, game over. Could be an extra vent, to be honest. Probably not, but it's worth reporting. You know, like a lot of the maintenance ones. Door anomaly in locker room, missing object in break room, and object replacement in monitoring room. Okay. Missing object in break room. I don't even know what room is what room yet, to be completely honest with you. But there was a replaced object in this room. To be honest, that can be a lot of things. I'm gonna assume it was the paperwork, or like the files. Quality control was fine. Scanning line was fine. Maintenance was fine. Store, there was like break room, something in break room, a missing object, I think it was in break room. What was missing? The pencil, I believe. Pencil could have been missing. Or the box on top of the thingy. That's possible. And then there was a door anomaly here. So there's something with the locker room doors then. It can only be the locker room doors. Because there's no actual door here. Or there is a door there. That's possible that might have opened. I don't know. That's possible, to be honest. Gonna be looking at this room, maybe something will shift. Yeah, that's our first anomaly. It's an easy one. It's object movement. Or manipulation. You can report them as both, to be honest. Because that also counts as object manipulation, because that screen is being manipulated into movement. Object manipulation and object movement are most of the times the same thing. Unless it's like object manipulation can be, for example, say the keyboard would be starting to type on its own, or the phone starts ringing and it doesn't give you a special report, and that's object manipulation because that object is being manipulated into use. and it's not moving. Although you can technically say that a phone is ringing, that is movement, but movement would be if like the telephone horn would move on its own. That would be object movement. It is ice shift. No, okay, we're fine. I'm just getting paranoid. Look at the meat. This room looks normal. I think the lights are shifting, no? Potentially. Feels off. Okay, no. Because the lights are known to shift. I think that's extra. That might be extra. I never noticed that at least. Okay. I think that's just me being me. Lockers look fine. I don't think there's anything off in this room. Shampoo bottle and... Hey Andre, how are you? Oh, there he is again. Jesus, man. He's the easiest intruder in the game. Yeah, I have done most of the maps off stream, except for Factory, which is the hardest map on normal. And once I beat Factory, I am going to be grinding the hard mode. I'm doing good. So like, I've been also thinking that I might potentially start doing hardcore Diablo 4 runs. Because Diablo 4 is amazing. I mean, I like Diablo 4. I know a lot of people hate the game because it's Blizzard, but I like the game personally. And I only ever play ARPGs. Yeah, Diablo's good. But the reason why people hate Diablo 4 is because A, it came out during the era where like Blizzard was you know, they were like having the controversies in the with like the personnel and stuff, like the sexual harassment, all that kind of stuff, the lawsuits. And it has a cash shop. But the cash shop is like purely cosmetic, like the one in World of Warcraft. So it's like, yeah, it does like the whole currency thing. Like, you know, like you buy like a pack for like of the premium currency for like 10 euros, and it barely isn't enough to buy a skin pack, right? Like you need a little bit more so that you would buy the 20 euro one. But honestly, it's purely cosmetic, so a lot of games actually do that. So I don't know why Diablo 4 gets banned for it so hard, and other games get less of a beating for it. Might be. No, there's always two pipes. There's two pipes on one side, there's two pipes on the other. The thing also about Diablo 4, it had a... I'm not gonna say it was the worst Diablo game ever launched. I still think 3 had a way worse launch than 4. But its launch overall, a lot of things, a lot of mobs and stuff were overtuned, and the items felt really weak. Like, gear upgrades barely felt like they did anything, right? Whereas in other Diablo games, it's like you always get gear upgrades and you notice the impact, right? Like you see your numbers go up, mobs are starting to die more easily. You can even hop in difficulty, but in Diablo 4, at least in the beginning, it felt like that was a little bit off. That's moving in reverse, by the way. That's an object manipulation. That's a fun one. I like that one. Also, another game I'm planning on streaming is Clock Tower, like the new remaster. And I also bought like a pack of, what was it? That's like 3 games made by a developer. Night of the Living Scissors is one of them. The other one's something with a cannibal. By the way, that's extra, the forklift. And they also made a new one, the Fear Project or something like that. And they're all really good games. I'm also planning on streaming the original Resident Evil 2 and 3 because and even 1 potentially because they came out on GOG and I have them on GOG so I can stream those as well. I also have almost finished up Metaphor, like, you know, the JRPG. And I might do like a Metaphor run that is like, I kind of already know the story. Accidentally bumped my controller. I already know the story and then do like with the English voices because I'm doing the first playthrough with the Japanese voices. Because they're the original, and then I'm gonna do a playthrough, maybe stream it. Because Metaphor is super good. I'm like near the end. But I kind of got salty because I missed a social link. There was like a deadline, but now I know about it because I like church it. Because there was like one character that I honestly never found anymore. Like, and I was like, why am I not getting more social link? And then I'm like, oh, there was a deadline I was supposed to get and I missed it because it was kind of convoluted. So that was like the one thing. I don't think Metaphor is like a perfect game, but in terms of story, it's really good. Like my only real gripe that I have with the game, and that's kind of like a thing with like all Atlas games that have like Persona-esque means of progression, is just that the last character you unlock, you get them so late into the game. Like you're damn near done with the game when you unlock him, and it's like, he's really, really good and really, really cool, but why is it so late that I get him? It's the Sumire problem, where you unlock her just for the last dungeon of the game and that's it. Like, Sumire is really fun to use as well, and then you're like, I can only use her for one dungeon run, right? Because you literally only have her playable for one dungeon, and they were like too lazy to rewrite Persona 5 story to include her for like the 6th dungeon, so that you can at least use her twice. Like they didn't do any effort to fit her into like she's like, oh, I can technically join you, but I won't just yet, you know? And then you're like, yeah, you're just making excuses not to write her into all the cutscenes and stuff. Which I can get. Like, I can get it, honestly, but that might be an extra object, actually. Sumire is... like, it kind of has that problem as well, but I've seemed to have noticed that like every Atlas game has that, and that's fine. But like Persona 4, Naoto, you get her. I mean, you can get a decent amount with Naoto done, but Naoto's like really overpowered, so there's that at least. I'm gonna game over again. Seem to be hard stuck at around this time. I think I saw the thing turn, by the way, but I was just too late to notice it. Image anomaly in locker room, dead body in quality control. Okay. Image anomaly maintenance, okay. Yeah, the image anomaly maintenance is one I know. that was an image anomaly. Where was it? In quality? No, there was a dead body here. Are they like in the meat? Like in this? Because that would make me... That's kinda sus. Not gonna lie. Oh yeah, and I'm also like into like checking out Nier for the stream, both Automata and the regular. I mean not the regular, but they made like a reimagining of the original Nier, where instead of you being Yona's father, you're Yona's brother, older brother, and you're still like only 16 years old, and that, to me, that change alone makes the story in Nier 10 times better, because it just fits better in the more desperate tone that they're trying to set for the game. Because it's Nier's story is pretty much all bad endings and depressive, and you want to give up because like not a single thing is going your way, all that kind of stuff, and then you get deeper to the plot and you actually realize there's like a lot going on in the plot, and that is something I like always liked about Nier. And I've played Automata, I've beaten it once, and I thought it was a fun game. And I might do it again, to be honest, because there's like, much like the other Nier games, there's like, the more you play through it, different endings unlock. Things might not be as similar, right? Is that image shop? But yeah, all in due time. But I do have like a lot of games ready for the stream, so that should be at least fun to. There's also like a game that came out and it was made by the developers of Siren. I forgot what it's called. I think it was called Slitherhef or something like that. That seems interesting as well. I'm saving money for that, and I might also be planning to get back into World of Warcraft eventually. And there's always like the prospect of doing a fighting game stream as well with me. Like you never know that I'm just like ready to just pop back into fighting games. There's a dude on there. Because I've been playing like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus with like some people that I met on Twitter, and I'm making like friends that play Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and I'm like, yeah, this game's actually really fun to play. I'm playing Avatar Belial, like most people. I mean, in like tier lists, he's like a low tier character, but I really enjoy playing him because he's unique. And I think that sort of, kind of, is what you have to do in a fighting game. Like, you need to have a character where you just say, yeah, I enjoy playing this character, for whatever reason it might be. Can be anything, really. I'm also quitting Twitter, Andre. Like, ever since like the election victory of Trump, I'm like, Twitter is actually becoming more and more toxic after he's won. So I am like, fuck that shit, I'm going over to Blue Sky. I don't care if Blue Sky is not as big or as popular or whatever. Blue Sky is just nice. So if you ever like want to make a Blue Sky account or like a social media account on like something like an American social media website, I highly recommend Blue Sky. There's like trail marks here, by the way. Were there always like this many trail marks? Might be an image anomaly, to be honest. Like, these trail marks are just off to me. Okay. And it's probably manipulation then. Okay, if it doesn't... no. There were always this many trademarks then, apparently. You never know when I'm on observation with the games. The reason why this map is also hard is because there's like more cameras than in the other maps. Which, to be fair, is nice. Yeah, I don't mind taking a game over. I'll take as many game overs as I need to. I just need to learn this map. Such a hard map. Yeah, okay. Only got one, I think. One anomaly. Let's see. Object replacement in break room. Object movement in monitoring. Object movement in canning line. Okay. Let's try again. I really picked the hardest map for the stream, by the way. I like that. Because this game has some amazing intruder anomalies. Like, holy crap. There's like literally one. Like the gas station. It has literal alien abduction in it. And that is just funny to me. So funny. And of course, once I start noticing or looking for the dead body in storeroom, I never find a dead body again. Like, it never just spawns in. Right? That's like how this game trolls you, by the way. Although I think the spawn rate on this map in its anomalies might be a bit slower because there's more cameras. That's possible. That they made it more lenient because more things can spawn in. So a lot of the things that are getting me right now are like object movements and all that kind of stuff. Nothing much. That does not fit right. No? Perhaps a movement then? I don't know why, but that just feels so off to me. Extra then. Okay, let's check extra. No? Okay. Guess I'm just hallucinating. That's different. Holy crap. It's a funny one though. First time I've ever seen those, because those posters return. First time I've ever seen it move like that, or like change like that. Should be another anomaly active, by the way. That potentially could have been my first active anomaly. There she is. She's different. Okay. So far so good. By the way, that's a serious health hazard, just saying. Like, you cannot have meat with blood on the ground in a storeroom. If inspection finds that, that room is just getting closed. Like, you're not coming back in. Such a health hazard. That's why it's weird. Like, who leaves, like, blood dripping meat lying around? Should be a third anomaly active during this hour. Let's see if we can spot it. Maintenance seems fine. Is our elusive corpse back that I'm not seeing? No. Chair was always there, I'm sure of it. This room looks normalish. This is a hard room, by the way. Imagine if all the buttons were to change. That's not spinning on its own, I've seen that spin. Let's see anything. Okay, just had to quickly check something. Our elusive dead body. Where is it? I'm just stunned. Was the keyboard like closer or further away from the desk? I just don't really see much changing at all. I think there's an extra mouse too. No, that's also normal. I think there were 4. 3 phones. No, it's not this room, I think. Our elusive dead body mayhaps be here. No, not seeing the dead body. Door anomaly in locker room, missing object in break room, an object replacement in the monitoring room. What was replaced in this room then? Potentially the fire hydrant. Okay, don't really see what else could have been replaced. So much just stuff that can potentially change in this. It might be this, honestly. This looks like it can change, right? Oh, I see the corpse. There's an arm sticking out. Well, that's not necessarily the corpse, but it's an extra object, but still. It's kind of like an obvious trope of like meat processing areas having human remains in them in a horror game. Can be like a missing object here. One of the boxes is gone, potentially. Image anomaly still fine. This is such a nightmare map. I am not for the life of me seeing like things that have changed in this room, despite it saying there's things that have changed in this room. It could potentially just be the floor at this point. Unless I like stating that something maybe on the dude's shoes or whatever. Or his ear size or I don't know what. Yeah, it's probably gonna pop a warning soon. I only fixed 2, I think. Or 1. No, I only fixed 1. It's not nearly enough. Yeah, C1. It's kind of a funny one, to be honest. Where are my anomalies at, homies? I'm like watching this room kinda like a hawk. I did find a funny anomaly in the meat processing bin where there's just like an arm sticking out. They have flipped, by the way. This was not there, I think. I think it was on this monitor. Oh, it was there. Okay then, game. Then I'm gonna say it's an object movement. If that's how the game wants to play it. Because I don't remember that being there. Okay, sure, whatever. This room feels like the most ominous room, to be honest. Though they all kind of feel ominous in their own ways. Yeah, I know, we're dying. Honestly, just reset at this point. Like, the hints aren't really helping either. Like, I don't really have much on the hints. Like, it says something changed, but I'm not seeing things changing, so I might as well just reset. And maybe I'll notice it that way, because my muscle memory... I think something of this might disappear. Like, there's like 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares here. This room though, what's up with the lighting? It's always like that? Okay. Okay, so the command prompt text was on that monitor. I'm just checking that out now. Because I think it's like going to be finding anomalies. I think the lockers changed in their opening. Yeah, that one was more over there, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that might be the anomaly then. That I'm missing from door anomaly in this room. Check this room. This room's the room I need to learn the most out of. The background? Yeah, the background changed. There's a smiling face on it, you can very subtly see it. Okay, it's good. Found my first anomaly. It's subtle though. Like, it looks like the background, but it isn't. it might honestly be the monitors that change. I don't remember this giving that much color. Such a hard room. Oh, that's my second anomaly. That moved. It's doing the... what is it? Quality control. Those doors are very subtly open. Or this one. I'm just gonna report them a couple of times because I feel these look off. Well, 1 AM? Is this always open? Gonna check it. Might honestly be this locker. Like there is an anomaly with those locker room doors, but I just don't know what it is yet. Is there always like yellow duct tape on this? Yes, there was. I'm like very subtly studying this room because I feel like there's a million things that can go wrong. drops an image anomaly? I honestly don't know what it can be in this room. This room is hard. Like, there are things changing, but I just don't see what's changing. See, 3 anomalies. Object movement in maintenance. See, there's like an object in the monitoring room that's getting replaced, and I don't know what it is. What is even getting replaced in this room? Like, I just genuinely don't know. Might be like one of the cups, maybe. I just really don't. Might be over here as well. Thing almost always there. I'm gonna replace like a missing object here. Could be something's gone. Or it moved. One or two things. That feels off. What's up with the pipes? Either this one or this one, they feel different. might be this thing that replaces itself. Oh, I see one. I'm not gonna give up yet then. Because I already had a warning pop. Okay, the guy's crying blood. That was a paper there. Is that open more, or am I just looking at things wrong? That might be a replacement, honestly. I think it's the screen. No? What about this then? There's something that's getting replaced. That notepad might be extra, to be honest. There's like something missing here. It's possible as well. Is this thing a door? Could it be this then? That's my door anomaly? No, okay. Oh, he's back. At least he has a safety element on. Is he like looking differently? He might be. Those might be extra. Those blue barrels. I don't remember there being blue barrels. Okay. Honestly, it might be his vest more than anything else. Might be extra file. Never noticed that. Or something's missing here. That potentially is also the case that something might be missing. No. Can never get above 6, by the way. Huge spider in locker room. Okay. Granted the object. Movement in maintenance. Like what moved in maintenance? Fire thingy. I think. Potentially. What moved in maintenance? Could be the boxes, could be this. The tree. I think there was something extra here as well. But then I think this box went over there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's worth keeping an eye out. But what replaced here? Again, that's a difficult one because it might not have been on the screen for very long. Let's check the monitors. Let's check what they wear as well. It might be that they get like a different haircut or something. Knowing I'm on observation duty, that's all within the realm of possibility. I think it's like the stack of papers. These and these remove locations. I think that's it. honestly can't tell. Might be. No, that's an extra. That's an easy one. Blood. Start from here again. So there was like a thing in the middle. I'm gonna say that's extra for now. I think it's normal, but you never know. The image is fine. Okay, homies, let's see. Pencils are all there as well. I think it might be something sort of like the pencil disappearing, or one of the files on the top. Maybe like a red button? Maybe one of the bars? Can be a lot of things, really. Honestly, it might at this point just be an extra object. I'm gonna check it. Already at 1 and we're only fixed 1 anomaly. Ah, that's 2. It's the second one. It's a very easy one. It's still one active somewhere and I would like to know what it is. I think potentially this jacket might disappear. What's this? Is this extra? It could potentially be extra. Okay, it was always there. Ah, it's my third anomaly. Okay, it's good. It's more creepy. Pencils are there, stack of paper with coffee. The jackets seem normal. This is definitely the room where you have to look the most. Could be an object movement, potentially. Because there should be something active right now. Ah, I see what it is. It's toxic gas in the store. Wow, it's actually deadly. Let's wait until... It's always a good idea to wait. Just in case it's like an anomaly that spawns another anomaly, like in the spa. Like spa has that when there's steam in the sauna, it spawns the naked fat guy afterwards. And you need to stay on the camera basically to see it. Otherwise you will miss him. Like it's an anomaly that spawns another one. So it's always a good idea just to wait a little bit. This canning line. It's a pretty empty box, by the way. It could be an object manipulation more than anything else. I'm just going to either say that's object manipulation or an extra object, because I don't remember there being an empty box of any kind, so... It was possibly always there, but you never know. Be an image anomaly here. I remember there being bars higher. Potentially. What object replacement then? Does there have to have been bars, right? Maybe that's the anomaly. Either way, this one's an anomaly. There's something missing in the box. I'm gonna give that a missing report, to be honest. It's always possible, right? I think that moved, to be honest. No, still fine. Is that my extra object? I still wonder what it is. Like, is it maybe this thing? Like that feels off. Right? It's like an extra box that just pops out. It's like you can get a good run on this map and then all of a sudden you just don't find anything that has like shifted at all. Essentially here. No. It's always like 6. Check movement in maintenance. Storeroom. At least it's not in. It wasn't in this room. An object movement here. What moved? Again, it's so difficult because there's a lot going on. Yeah, it's just trial and error at this point. It was like extra objects. Well, I don't even remember. Object movement in maintenance. I'm very curious what it is. Because it's none of the things that I thought that it was. Like, it should be obvious, right? But I'm not seeing it. Could it be the fire hydrant that just switched locations? Potentially. Like, we'll just have to keep an eye on everything. Eventually we'll find it. I just want to look on this room, just in case I spot that door anomaly. Let's wait until 15. Okay, let's move on. That's my first. One's an easy one. These are probably missing though, these small boxes. Gotta keep an eye out for those or remember that they're there. Still wondering what my object movement is in this thing. It's not the paperwork, it's like, what can it even be? Maybe these handles go down. Some of the handles might change location. That's possible. Let's observe the handles as well. That box is always there, by the way. Storeroom also had an extra object. I'm curious what that was, because I think it's like more meat in this. Like a pallet extra or something on... yeah. Still don't really know, to be honest. Monitoring room is a room that I am very much gonna check a lot. That was a pretty standard one, like the meat became the cats. That might possibly be happening now that I am looking at this. That's interesting, that might have always been happening. Like you just don't really see it because you're like focused on like nitty little details. Maybe that's what's going on. Like that I'm not seeing the simple things. Because I'm too focused on subtle things. But to my credit, like to explain that, it's because sometimes this game really changes subtle things, like it mixes it up. But not gonna lie, that might have always been possibly be happening. I really can't tell, but now I know how to keep attention for it. That's all we can do, really. Might have also be the first time, like we never know. We never know. Okay. That's an object replacement. Well, at least something. That became like a wall of flesh. Like the Terraria balls. That's an interesting one though. Very interesting. I'm gonna assume a lot of the anomalies have to do with the meat. That's like, oh, I want to hint at the meat not being what it seems or whatever. Possibly cannibalism, judging by the fact that the game loves to throw in random human parts in the meat. And those are fine. I think this room's 100% fine. Let's give it a look. Does not seem to be anything off. Those extra cans, were they always there? Like, now I'm just like doubting like things that were obviously there, but you know, I think that has a tendency to disappear. Shower caps are in order. Oh! See the huge spider. It's underneath the thingy. Honestly, I think I just missed that because I flipped through the cameras a bit too fast. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think all we have to do is like take our time, because I don't even think I was focused on this for like a very long time. So it could be possible that the object has been replacing without me noticing, because I'm just so tunnel visioned on the monitors, right? And I'm like, oh, the monitors are fine, and then I just move on. That can very possibly be a thing that has been happening. That's like the thing with an observation duty. Eventually you learn to stop tunneling on a specific thing, alright? Not a single movement that I'm aware of. Maybe the chair? Let's give it a report, see what happens. I doubt it. Chair's fine, okay. Not getting reports anymore from a dead body here. Though we have fixed quite a fair few. What's up the image? Is there like something wrong with this? Potentially. Is it always like this? Yeah, okay. That's going backwards. potentially plates like extra. They're either extra or they went missing. What about this? Is this extra? It can all potentially be the case. Like, there's so much going on in storeroom that a lot of the things might be. You know, happening. Good movements. I feel like we're doing okay in this one. But it's usually at around 2 that I'm just like, I'm not seeing anything change anymore. Because that's when the subtle ones come in to bite you. Fire hydrant could be extra. It could be extra. Rather, no. Okay then. Handles. This up. Okay. Still a can. No trace of a dead body, but that has been the case for a while now. Plate of meat. The cup. Blood. It's a good find. Could potentially be that this was not on the box. These could be extra objects. An object replacement is possible too. Yeah, it was an object replacement. But what? Okay, there was an object replacement there, and it has to be this thing. I have no clue what changed there, but apparently either I got lucky or something? I think it was the box, to be honest. I just moved on. I should have paid more attention, honestly. I know something can change over there, which is good. It's a good find. Even if it was accidental. I think it was this box. This box was like this. Yeah, because although I like selected it like this, right? So yeah, it's a weird. It's weird. Let's be real. It's weird. Hello. Okay. I think he's one of the, yeah, meet the Optimist. So the laughing guy, he's one of the intruders then. Well, we fixed our anomaly for this room. Let's check the other room. Let's put the image. You know, that little line on the one making me think. Nope. Okay, it's normal. About this, there could be an object replacement. I think those boxes have a tendency to disappear though. You might be my object movement and I think it's you. No, it's not you. Well, we made it past 2 AM. We found our first like spooky intruder, the Optimist. There's an extra piece of meat here. So our anomaly for this room. Oil leak, is that normal? Yeah, I think it is. I just don't know, man. Just can't possibly see what object can move or change or whatever in this. This might be extra though. I don't remember that fire thingy being there. No, okay. It always was there, you just didn't notice it. So I kinda know. Like what else can be shifted or changed? This extra? It might be this that like disappears or whatever, but it's there now. Is this extra? Potentially. It's reported anyway. Well, I did find like an object replacement that I did not acknowledge. But honestly, if I keep feeling like the normal difficulty, I'm just going to look at some of the anomalies of what can change. It really depends. If it's like I'm walking in the same mistake over and over and over again, then eventually I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna look it up. Just gonna check for the list. 10 anomalies fixed, your mystery, missing object in maintenance, image anomaly monitoring room, and extra object in break room. I'm gonna check that out real quick. It's like things like incomplete list of anomalies. Okay, so I'm just going to use like a guide to like check mark possible movements of anomalies and stuff. Because there's like things like panels that can disappear and stuff from what I can see. It's a little bit of everything. But I'm not going to use the guide all the way through. I'm just going to like check mark it with like the things that might potentially go missing and stuff. I might just do that, like, just to make sure that we're not always stuck, right? This shifts. Yeah, I seen it now, this shifts. That's at least something I've discovered. And I didn't even look at the guide. Like, now I just noticed it. Was that always empty? Just gonna report that as missing just to be sure. I don't think it was, but... Oh, it's the meat. It's an easy one. So I know what my object movement is. Like, this goes down, this goes up, you know. This is number 2. Once was one I already had. Gotta keep an eye out for here as well, because there was an object replacement. I just didn't see what was replaced. This could have been missing. This was 100% missing or something. This might also be missing, to be honest. Don't remember that being empty. It could be like an object movement. This could maybe be extra. Like those buttons just seem so off when they're like alone. Maybe it's like missing over here then. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I need to check other rooms though. Can't really be caught wasting time. This is wrong. Yeah, I know. Oh, come on, man. Like... Thank you. Fix it, please. Jeez Louise. Might have opened up. So what's up with the lights? Are there like lights here? I think I'm seeing like lights that are abnormal. Oh, okay. Though we did just fix two really quickly. That's my... Another one. Shouldn't be that many active yet. Okay, the spider's not there. I think it's like this box gets replaced. Like these boxes get replaced with like others. Or like the text disappears or something. That's like a very subtle one. It's replaced with a naked man. It's my anomaly for earphones. Phones are all here. Pencils, yes, yes, it's good. Okay. Potentially. No, so it's not that. Okay. Might be a little bit more light on the screen. I really don't know. No, it's not that. It's because again I'm not finding anything, and it's 100% that there's something active. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. I'm gonna reset it honestly. Like, attention employee. Yeah, it's always like that apparently. Could be this honestly. What if it's replaced? Because it has happened. Might be like something, like an image anomaly on this as well. there's a head in there. Head of operations, yeah, I noticed. It's a fun one. Though not really that scary. It's more like a kind of a... There was like a blanket here. I think so. Yeah, it was always there. Huge spider hasn't spawned. Oh, it's just yet another one of those ones where I'm just not finding anything, I think. In the lock room. Hello, scary man. It's all doom and gloom. Blood. I really want to beat this level at least today. Like, I think it's doable. And if I'm like really hard stuck, like if I repeatedly die to like a dead body in storeroom or whatever, then I'll probably just quickly look it up where it is, because well, it's not fun losing every single time to the same thing just because you don't see it, right? But I doubt that we might even need to look things up. Kinda just depends on how it goes, I suppose. I just do not know what that is on the ground. Like, is that extra? Is that always there? I just find it so off-putting. right? Like it's like an object replacement maybe. I don't know, like it just seems so damn similar. That's an image one, by the way. Image anomaly. As long as we are fixing at least one thing, it's good, right? Two would be even better, but one I'm already satisfied with. Huge spider? Nope, no huge spider. Door anomaly? Could it be the colors of the thingy? I mean, the door's over there, but I can't really see the door. It can be a lot of things, really. We'll figure it out eventually what it is, I suppose. Oh, the thing's moving. It's always a pleasure to have. If that thingy just starts moving again. But I would say that the normal mode for this game is about as hard as the hard mode was for I'm on observation duty 6. Although slightly easier, like I'm on observation duty 6 did have some really insane hard mode only anomalies. Such as a tree being slightly less thick, like a tree stump. That one I still remember. Is there always like something on there? There's like a thing on there. Sticky note or whatever. On all those boxes. It quite possibly could be, but I don't think so. You know what I mean? Potentially be an extra box up here as well. Like that might be possible. TBH. We just saw that starting to move. That's at least something, but we have two anomalies that are active right now. And I don't know what they are. Don't think anything changed in maintenance. It's maybe like an extra object here, but I don't think so. Honestly, I don't know. Could be anything. Like an extra pallet on here or something. Like it's so possible. Like this room seems fine. Maintenance, monitoring seems. I think this looks off, no? The coloring? No, it's always been like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna lose because there's two active anomalies that I just don't know where they are. toxic gas in the storeroom. It's at least one. Water on the... No, that water's 9 times out of 10 always there. Honestly, I think it's in locker room. I haven't really had anything happen here for a while. So I just think there's like something extra. Or like something that went missing in this room. But I can't really tell you what. It might honestly be just, you know, the water on the ground. In the shower. But it's not. Could have been. Is that extra? I don't remember that being there. Could be extra object. This was here. Yeah, that too. Okay. I can make it to like 3 AM. Don't know how long that rift was there. Potentially a while. We did fix the rift, that buys us a little bit more time. But honestly, there's just eventually gonna be an anomaly and then we just lose. Like we need to find like one more. Because there's like 2 active right now and they're just, you know, going to be active the entire night because we didn't track them when they first spawned, right? We made it at least above 3 AM, which is good. Okay, I thought the arrow went diagonal, but it's not. Surprised the forklift hasn't spawned in. Is that always here? No, I'm just starting to doubt things. Oh, it's him. But I'm gonna game over because I reported the wrong thing. Oh, still have him. Still somehow in this. Even though I think we should have game over a while ago. Because we're just not fixing any of the anomalies that have been long-term active. Quality control is gone off the camera. Although potentially we could be fine now. I really don't know. Maybe we found something. Like maybe we're just really slow at shifting the cameras. Like we keep fixing like anomalies. And by the way, that anomaly probably means that room's fine. Still gotta be something active, right? Because we did fix like 2 back to back, and that's good. Should at least buy us time until 3:40. Potentially longer. It's like a shit ton of pallets there. Those weren't there, right? They were. Salt. forklifts here. Honestly, we might just win this. We are fixing a lot of things now. Even though they're the obvious ones, we are fixing things, so that's good. I'm gonna, yet again, report object replacement here, because I had an object replacement pop here, so I'm just gonna report that, because I don't know for certain what it was that popped. Doors of the locker room seem normal. Yeah, they're all good. Honestly, it might just be the speed at which I'm switching the camera, that it might have just been like an anomaly that was spawning in, right? And it was spawning in just when I shifted away from the camera and I took my time getting to the room. Thus it made it seem like there were more anomalies than there are. Because I'm already way further than I expected it to be. I was expecting a game over at like 3. And we're still fixing things, right? So we're guaranteed 4 AM. So we are slightly getting better at this. What's up with this? Is this a light in maintenance? What's up with the pipe? I mean, the pipe's always there, but yeah. The pipe could have been extra, maybe. Yeah, okay. Might also be the case that this map has slower spawn rates of anomalies because there's more cameras. Honestly, cafeteria might also have something going on in it. So nothing much as or like, no, it's break room, it's the name, but you know what I mean, right? This could have an anomaly spawn in. This might have an anomaly as well. There is like a difference in speed with the belt. Like over there it goes slow and then all of a sudden it goes fast. I do not know if that's an object manipulation, but just something odd, I guess. Yeah. Well, I was expecting a game over. I think it's in like locker room. Object replacement in monitoring room, locker room, and a dead body in storeroom. Dead body's recent. I'm just gonna Google those, so like check them at the guide, because so we had a object replacement in monitoring room. That can be object replacement. Panel on the right side is removed. That was not the case. Has lights. Left center palette. Normally blank has lights on it. Yeah, that can be possible. It's also okay, object manipulation in locker room. Image anomaly. In locker room, it says object manipulation. It's probably the shower handles, they can move, okay. Dead body in storeroom. left side by shelf. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking a little bit of a guide when I'm like super stuck because, well, eventually I'm gonna have to move on and learn this like. So like this left cup can apparently also move. So okay, we'll just keep that in mind. So this one can get lights on it from what I can gather. Okay, it's good to know. That's one of the anomalies I 100% missed. And what else was it that could be replaced? I don't remember, but that's a good one to know of. The optic manipulation very likely is the shower handles. Can be turned to the other side. Huge spider can be on the blue towel as well. Images of this can also change. It's good to know. Yeah, we'll see. I expanded my knowledge a little bit better. So maybe we'll get further now. We'll see what happens. On hard, I'm willing to grind through it and suffer through it. So the corpse can apparently spawn at the left shelf. That's good to know because I have never had a corpse spawn on me. Or like I had a corpse spawn on me, but I just never saw it. It's an easy one. An easy one to start me off. So that panel really has to be observed. Apparently also both men can look at the camera. Which I was expecting, to be honest. But it's quite rare. At least got number 1 fixed. It's an arm sticking out of the... There's an arm sticking out of the thing, which is another little anomaly to find. Should be anomaly free right now. Expect the third anomaly to spawn in any time, but not yet. Seems a bit early. It's moving backwards. And go right way now. You fixed it. There's also a locker that can go open. Oh, what the? Yeah, I read about the red alert. Apparently that can happen. That's funny. That's just a funny one to me. It's not even scary or disturbing, it's just an alarm blaring. That's like one of the most obvious ones you can have. Like you can hear it from literally anywhere. I guess this gets replaced by the dead body. Because it's the most off screen. That would make sense. Was the thingy not switch? Should be an anomaly active. I'm just gonna report that object replacement because I did have an object replacement there. No, it's not there now. Coffee cup moved. It's an object equipment. It's supposed to be under the monitor. Or closer to the monitor. To the left. And to the center. This like got manipulated. It's reversed. It's going can and then meat comes out. Object replacement and now the specific anomaly names are like you can say that this is manipulation as no, it's replacement. Does make sense though, but like the fact that you have to select it is fine, but then it's like you have to select a specific thing and you're like, what exactly is it? Because I had one intruder in the museum where I'm like selecting him, doesn't want me to select him, then I open the menu, intruder's not there. Am I supposed to go to like another menu? Or what? Or was it bugged? could potentially be it. Look at this. It's not spinning. It's good. That's potentially something that moved. Maybe this. Okay, Bloom in the locker room. Kinda hoping I will see the anomaly where both guys look in the camera. Because that's gonna happen. I know I'm on observation, really. It's a callback to the fifth game. They also had an anomaly like that. And they had like guys in elevators, and they all looked at you simultaneously. No, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, never mind. Lights and maintenance. It's maintenance fine for a while. There's no anomaly of maintenance quite yet. I keep thinking there's one here though. Could possibly not be the case as well, but I think that's one active right now. Should be one active. We haven't had our warning yet, which is good. It's weird that there's two coffee things, but it's normal. Like honestly, like a very huge amount of things that seem abnormal are actually normal, believe it or not. Although Spa is probably the guiltiest out of all the maps. Like two garbage bins right next to each other is just weird, and yet that's normal for that map to have. So honestly, there should be things active now, but I'm just not seeing things. It's annoying me. dog here. Well, not a dog, it's a dog man more than anything else. Horseman. Meet the charger. I guess that was what the image was hinting at. There's gotta be something that's changed here. I haven't had a single thing pop. Is that really normal? I think it is. I otherwise have no clue what it can be. What's up with the pillar? Oh! That shifted from location. There's also a chair missing. That's probably what was missing in that room for a while. Hi Zoe, glad you could tune in. I hope you don't mind me eating in while I'm doing the I'm on observation duty things because I'm hungry. Because it's evening here already. Don't even know if you can hear the chewing, to be honest. But if you can hear it, my apologies. I'm hungry. Oh, there you are. I know we can spawn under the bench as well. But you can also spawn there, apparently. So, basically, Zoe in this game, I am basically, it's like a horror themed find the differences game. So, I need to, like for example, the monitor over here, that's not normal, right? When something is, that's not a missing, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. But if something is abnormal or missing, or there's like an intruder in the building, or an alarm goes off, I need to fix it. If I don't fix enough things, I die basically. So it is important to observe like things and just in general have a bit of common sense. Sometimes although the locations of the game tend to be designed in a way that they are very nonsensical. Like, I don't remember there being this much of that. But this is the last level that I have to beat. Like, for example, that, right? Like, that guy, he spawns in every single map. There are 6 maps in this game, because this is already the 7th game in the series, right? It's called, literally, I'm on observation duty. That's what this game is called. And, This guy spawns in like every single map, the naked guy. And he does things that vary from weirdness. Sometimes he just shits down, and other times he just does inappropriate stuff that gets you banned on YouTube. And it's funny. I think that barrel moved. No, it didn't. It was always there. There's something off about this room, by the way. Nothing popped. I'm not gonna... I had like a... I think it was an object manipulation fixed. Just reporting that. But it can vary from things happening, and the hardest things are like things that disappear, right? Because you have to memorize every single thing. Well, not every single thing, but things will eventually vanish, right? And if things are vanishing, it's hard because there's like multiple cameras. So it can be something very subtle, like a can that's missing, or it moved, or whatever. And if you miss that, the longer you play, the more you start to normalize it in your brain. That's abnormal, by the way. If you can see on the image, there's like a gun on it, an axe, and all that kind of stuff. That's like too violent. So that's also a way this game does its anomalies. Like it makes like images scarier or more violent or with an indication to violence. Which is like a, I guess, more subtle way this game does its changes. Because a lot of them are very, very subtle. And like, some of the more scary things that can happen is like, you know, like random intruders, and they're like very nonsensical intruders, right? Like say, maintenance has a horse man that literally spawns, and I just game over it. Missing object in canning land. A cat in the background. Yeah, I have a lot of cats, actually. I have like 5. Because we forgot to sterilize our cat. And it kept coming home with more and more young ones, and we were too attached to them to let them go. So it's basically a cat paradise over here. And sometimes the cats get a little wild. They start running around and stuff. It's quite fun. If you want to pet them all, you're more than welcome to. If you can catch them. Some of them are more wild than others. Like a lot of them have grown up in actually like the woods and stuff. Yeah, there isn't really much that changes. Like the beginning 10 or so seconds. But eventually, things start popping up, or like things start changing at around 15 seconds, I would say. And you can catch the anomalies live. What that basically means is if, like, say this cup moves, don't know if it moves, but it can, you see it move. Like, it doesn't just do it off camera. And that's what's interesting. You can actually see the things happening. For the most part, like intruder spawns, they take like a camera shift to. But like the subtle ones, you can actually see. Should be one active, 100% now. See if we can get it. Yeah, there it is. It's viewing the meat. It literally follows the meat. So I guess like the theme of this map is that the meat factory has hidden secrets on what meat it is. It's hinted at. Because for example, this thing can have an arm spawning out of it. That's already like a hint. It's like dark things can happen. God, Chinese is so good. I'm eating Chinese food, like a mix of like different things Chinese, and I love it. I'm still focused on the game though. It just, I need my food intake. Anyways, there's something that's off here, maybe. Maybe. Second one should be live though. You just woke up, made something while I watch. Yeah, like eating and watching is the most fun, to be honest. I like watching like live streamers in general is such a fun way to pass time, in my opinion. Like, or like YouTubers. I have it a lot with YouTubers as well. Like just like to pass the time, to, and it's like very comfortable. Like I like comfy things. Like not so much like the heavy crowded stuff. Cup moved. It's one that I know now. Like see that cup starts over here, right? That cup, you can, if you're lucky, you can see it move live. Like it literally goes like this. It doesn't just shift off camera. And that's what's cool about this game. Speaking of arms. Like it's, those are like the handiest anomalies, if you get what I mean. It's a pun. I think the light's fucked up here. It feels really yeah, the light's fucked up. Like you can see the light literally going brighter and brighter. It's subtle, but it happens. Eventually you can't see anymore. Well, not can't see, but you really notice it. Also, by the way, Zoe, I do not know if you know this, but Death Note has released an Among Us game. Where basically, it's with 10 people, 8 people, like one person's L, 7 are investigators, 1 is Kira, and another one is Kira's assistant, right? So like the goal is for the investigators to, like Among Us, find out who's Kira and who's Kira's assistant. And the goal for like Kira and Kira's assistant is to obtain the ID passes of the detectives to know the name. And just write the name into the death note and how they die, like in the anime. Yeah, by the way, I got so hooked on the game because I actually never read the manga of Death Note that I actually ordered the manga, like the full edition of it, like all 12 issues. So I'm gonna have my activity for in bed. Like it's just, oh, it's weird, but it kind of works if you think about. By the way, this is like a really fucked up one. There's like a face in the monitor. Don't know if you can see it. It's subtle, but it's there. But yeah, that Death Note Among Us game seems really fun to play. We should get like a group of people together because it's, from what I've heard, it's free on PS5 with crossplay, because I got it on PC, right? Because, well, I don't own a PS5. Like, I have gaming PC. It's toxic with gas, by the way. It could be fun to just like play it with like at least 8 people, maybe more. Because honestly, the idea of just playing as Kira or Kira's assistant sounds really fucking cool. Like it's Death Note is such a unique anime because the way the victims get murdered is honestly really quite passive, in the sense that the murderer literally just writes the name of the victim and how they die in the Death Note. That's such a unique way to have like a serial killer like that. Honestly, that monitor might have been gone missing. It's worth keeping an eye out on that. You definitely should, Zoe. It's good. Like, it's just, if all else, it's like Among Us, right? Where you can just laugh it off, or like manipulate your friends into thinking you're not the killer, but you secretly are the killer. It has those vibes going for it. I mean, from what I've heard, I haven't really played Among Us, but it was responsible for ending friendships just because of how people can lie to their friends. And I find that just funny. Because in my honest opinion, ooh, this is a good one. Watch what happens. Scary man spawns. He kinda disappears though, after you fix it. Would be funny if he stayed. But like, everyone to a certain extent lies, even though lying technically can also be good. Like, say for example, you're at like a funeral for a guy you really didn't care much about, but you see like his loved ones crying, and you like lie and you say that you're deeply impacted by it, when in reality you're like, whatever, right? Like, you didn't know the guy too well, and it's like, yeah, it's sad, but like those kind of lies are like lies that I would consider good because you're not escalating a situation. And I think everyone's capable of it to some degree. Some people more than others, but that mostly depends on your, I guess, moral compass. Like if you feel bad about lying, you're not gonna lie as much. Not small lies. I think everyone has done it in their lives. It's also a bit natural to lie, I think, if you're like in an endangered situation or whatever. Like you're gonna lie just to save yourself. I think that's human to do so. I just hear something. Thought I heard someone breathing in my ear. Could be me just imagining things. But yeah, I love games like that where it's like, oh, that got moved, I think. I'm not certain that something moved here. Or not? Yeah. I found a new anomaly. Those moved locations. That's good. But yeah, like a lot of like, I just found those games like really fun to play. And while some people are like really good at it, and others are like, you know they're lying, right? It's fun, like just to have a laugh, not take it too seriously. Oh, that's open. That's also a really good one. If you look, if you're still like, watch what happens. Ooh, scary man. Fortunately, he doesn't spawn in yet, but this can have the man horse spawn. The man horse is basically a guy walking on all fours. And it's literally called the man horse. When the achievement, he was called the charger. I just call him the man horse. Yeah. Some people... they like start laughing or giggling when they're like trying to lie. And that just gives them away. I think I would be decent at it, but it's like... it really depends. Like, if the object of the game is to lie and stuff. Oh, look at this fucking guy. Holy crap. Are you seeing that? Guy is looking for a selfie, man. He's like one of those guys. If you ever had a job which involves security cameras that just awkwardly stares in it, knowing that someone's watching him. That was kind of fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. I think he would have been like a big intruder if you ignore him, because I guarantee there are people that just miss him because they tunnel vision on the meat and stuff, and they don't look completely in the bottom of the screen. Like this chair can disappear. I know it can disappear. I know that now, but I'm certain in my beginning runs of this map, this chair was gone and I did not notice it because it's so far at the bottom that you don't think to look at it. You don't think anything will happen to that chair, right? And then you're like, oh, the chair went missing. But yeah, Among Us is really fun to play. And also, I'm like also into the, I guess that's like a little bit of a quote-unquote psychological aspect of like manipulation online, because it's in a certain extent, but it's like innocent, right? It's like a video game. You're not taking really advantage of people. It's just the name of the game. Like the psychological aspect, honestly, is pretty interesting. Honestly, I want these guys to look in the camera. That's all I wish for in life. Because they're just standing here. Like, the alarm can be blaring in that room, and they'll just stand there with their arms crossed. Like, I get that you don't like your job, but if the alarm goes off, I have a feeling that you're going to be a little bit more panicky, right? Because the alarm is quite noticeable. I've had it happen once. Okay? And they just stand there with their arms crossed. Oh, I mean, this guy with his arm crossed. This guy just sits there. And they keep doing this same pattern of movement for the entire shift. That's some dedication. To the laziness, I mean, because if the alarm blares, normally you have to do your job and call something. Yeah, I noticed that image. That image, by the way, was different. It fell off. It was like blurrier. Slightly. Yeah, I've been playing this map for so long that I just noticed that detail. Plus, I use, for like the anomalies that I just can't find. Like when it, for example, says I died to a dead body in somewhere, and I just don't see a dead body. What in the holy mother of fuck is that? Is that my dead body? There's my dead... What the fuck is that? That doesn't even look like a dead body. That looks like someone got mangled. I mean, it technically is a dead body, but it looks like a human corpse that was hidden in boxes. Holy crap. But at any rate, I very rarely, but I do use a guide every once in a while. Like for example, this one's an obvious one, right? Like the meat is replaced with the cans. That's impossible. That's an easy one to find. But there are just some anomalies that are so subtle that eventually you're like, okay, I'm gonna check a guide and just check what happened. Because I can understand that for a game like this, like, it's really hard. And this isn't even the hardest difficulty. It's also very long, right? You have to survive until 6 AM. It can take like 20 minutes. It takes like 20 minutes to like 30 minutes for a run. Like, they really extended the time. Like, you need to fix at least 22 anomalies on a successful run. It can go up to 25 if you're unlucky. Like, I guess it like really depends on your run. I think the movement of the object is here. No, okay. But this is like one of those games. It's a trial and error game, 100%. Like, you have to redo and redo and redo and redo your runs every single time. And yeah, that people are like eventually gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna use a guide or whatever. I think it's normal in a way. Because, well, this game is just notoriously trolling you. It's like, oh, look at this. There's a very slight alteration in the thingies. Like, for example, one of the left panels can all of a sudden start getting more lights active or something. Like, that is so fucking bullshit to notice. A lot of people just go, you know what, I don't really want to trial and error this anymore. Which, honestly, if this run fails, I'm like half, since I'm having like viewers and stuff, I'm like half into the mood of just opening up Diablo 4 a little bit. Oh, that's my friend. If the run succeeds, it succeeds, but if it fails again, just for like variety's sake, because I've been streaming for like a couple of hours. I think I started like 2:30. I'm close to like 4 hours stream. I might just pop and play a little bit of Diablo 4, if that's okay. Like hardcore runs. I have my Barbarian I can play, and that's fun to watch. Also depends on the battery life of my phone because I'm checking chat with phone. I don't have two monitors. Because it's because I'm like, I don't have the space to put like a second monitor, and that's like, eh. But whatever. Because then I'll need a little bit of downtime. I'll probably turn off stream temporarily, like 10 minutes or something, to just change everything, because I'm doing screen capture instead of like, game capture, because game capture has been bugging ever since I started streaming an emulator with it, and I can't get my game capture to capture full screen again. Which is like fine. I'll just stream via or like by screen capture anyway. I don't really mind that. It's just when something accidentally gets leaked. It's the possibility, right? Like you just accidentally alt tab and then it's like, I think this is gonna be a successful run, by the way. Like we're just fixing things left, right, and center. We haven't even gotten a warning yet, so we're good. You can just tell when something's successful. Or at least a 5 a.m. run. This is guaranteed to go to at least 5 a.m. Also, by the way, Zoe, if you ever see this in a storeroom, that's a fucking... such a huge cross-contamination mistake. You can get your storeroom shut just for this. Just for one piece. Because this is so disgustingly unhygienic and cross-contamination, because blood is considered a dangerous, how do you call it, chemical, I guess, because blood can contain diseases, can contain things like HIV, all that kind of stuff. When you even on touch, right, it's like dangerous. And if anything has like blood on it or in it, or blood has been spilled, this alone is enough to close your entire factory down till that's clean. It's a biohazard. Exactly, that's what I meant. Like I couldn't come up with the word. Like blood is considered a biohazard, and a pretty damn dangerous one at that. Like it's... honestly, I'm not gonna say it's like a toxin that you just burn your skin off or something, but it's considered a damn dangerous biohazard. Because it's common. Because every human being bleeds when they cut themselves or something on like an object or whatever. And or heck, you're working with meat products. Meat products bleed as well. That alone is enough. Oh, the thingy's gone. I saw the extra object, and the thingy's gone. The locker room. The camera's broken. Might have been for a while, actually. Got locker room back at least. There we go. There's a locker room. Let's have a little look. We're on 5 a.m. by the way. It's the first I've gotten on this map. Honestly, might just go try out mode for a bit. Also, yes, the ominous noises in the background is normal. It's a 5 a.m. thing. It's to create even more tension, because 5 a.m. does tend to spawn a lot of them. I think the light's fucked. Just gonna fix light. I feel like light's fucked in this room. Oh no, okay. Shower handle's been changed. That's a very subtle one, by the way. It's one of the subtlest I've had it. But yeah, I've also been discussing, Zoe, like a lot of games that I am planning to cover. Like there's a lot of directions that I want to take this stream in. Like I said, I'm a variety streamer, which means I shift between horror, platformer, ARPG, fighting games, Maybe even things like 2 Point Hospital, which is like make your own hospital. I think that can be fun. There's a forklift, by the way. And I have like a couple of things that I want to do, such as maybe once I beat it, I'll probably maybe do like, oh yeah, JRPG is also with them because I might do like something like a metaphor run, metaphor Refantasio, because that game is amazing. I might do, but it, like one critique that I have, but that is just an Atlas thing in general. With like, you know, like Atlas has like a ton of games where they have a calendar system, and there's always that one character you unlock near the end of the calendar system, and you're just like, damn, this character is so cool. I wish I could use them more, but the game's nearly over. Like you can only use them realistically for like one dungeon or whatever. That Metaphor Fantasia, without spoiling, does have that too. But that's just an Atlas thing I felt. Like that's just how Atlas in general is. Oh, nothing exciting is happening. I kinda do wanna win this now. But I'm not seeing things. If it pops me a game over, so be it, but... Is that different? No. It's because I'm not fixing anything. It's bothering me because it might pop me a game over at like the last second. I think those moved, maybe. Those might have moved, honestly. No. Oh! That's a good one. I think we win with that fix. Oh yeah, we fixed the forklift. We're actually kind of fine. I think that fix does save us though. Or guarantees a run. I'm not sure. Because this timer, the last 10 seconds go slow as heck. Like holy crap. Yeah, I'm just really quickly shifting through, hoping that I can find at least one more. Because if this pops game over on the last second, I'm gonna be upset. There we go, we got it. How many did I get? 22. That's the minimum. The minimum to win it. But I won it. As in sometimes it spawns you. I've had runs where I fixed 25. So, honestly, I have done every single map now, as you can see. It gives me an ending. Please answer questions truthfully. I'm just gonna lie. And you sleep? Yes I do. That's actually, I can't really lie about that. By a suspicious entity all the time in my head. In your opinion, were the results of your shift beneficial to your employer, I guess? Are you aware of the current state of Timothy? I know who Timothy is because I played the series since start. Did you eat lunch today? Yes. A very delicious sandwich. Do you mind working overtime? Depends on my job, but sure. Are you aware of the current whereabouts of Timothy? My basement? Are you satisfied with your salary? No. Have you fully read the guidebook? I guess. Are you aware of our strict no mustache policy? Yes. Why did you do this to Timothy? Because I am a masochist? Would you recommend us as an employer? Yes, because it's funny. Thank you, your responses have been saved to the server. You're welcome. One big family here at Bodak. You would not lie to your family, would you? I would lie to my family, yes. Oh, there he is. There's Timothy. Gotta love the Timothy. So, all things considered, I could either play this game on hard mode, like all the maps, or I can do some Diablo 4. Also, I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit because as much as I like the crazy music, I can barely hear myself think over it. So I can either do Diablo 4 now or continue the hard mode runs. The grind for hard mode. Honestly, Zoe, you can pick for me. She's still here. Because to me it doesn't matter. Maybe some Diablo gameplay? Okay, sure. I'll do some Diablo. What I am going to do since I'm screen capturing and I don't want to accidentally leak the stream, is I'm going to turn it off for like a minute or two, get like something to drink and stuff, and I'll be back in like 4 minutes or something. Like just, you know, get my plate away out of my way and all that kind of stuff. Because I am screen capturing and I don't want... You never know what can leak when you're screen capturing, right? Like a message or something that's delicate that can like leak, and that's not fun. So I'm gonna turn off stream for like a minute. And I'll be back with like change title, all that kind of stuff, right? So I'll be